Hello my Funatics, it's Fufu here. Sorry I haven't been keeping up with uploads recently. I've just had a lot going on in terms of commitment in my life and work and stuff. Which is a real shame because my YouTube channel has been doing great at the moment, and I do want to just say a big thank you to all your support. You guys are amazing. You're so good to me, and I do really appreciate it. So I'm going to try and keep it up, keep the content coming, because I know that you guys are enjoying it at the moment. And on that note, this is going to be a very important upload because it's kind of my intro to the GBA D-league. This is a proper, like, getting to know what it's about, and also getting to know my team, my Pokemon that you're going to be stuck watching for the next however many weeks. So I hope you like them. I hope I drafted well. But first of all, I'm going to give you some reasons as to why you should be watching the GBA D-league, and I can give you 7 reasons right off, which are all the other people in the league. They're all great guys. I knew a lot of them beforehand. In fact, 5 of them I knew. I'd been in Skype calls and stuff, so I knew them pretty well. And then the other 2 I wasn't really as aware of. So the people are Frank Trode, Mega Mogwai aka Miguel, Septile MC aka George, John Origins, the Roger Rabbit. So I knew all of them beforehand. They're all really great guys. You probably will have heard of most of them because they've been in the community for a while. And then the other 2 who I didn't know were Mamandimo, and he is hilarious, he's great. You need to check out his YouTube channel. He's only really just started getting into it, but his content is beautiful. He puts his heart and soul into it. You can really tell. It's a really high quality, and he's heavily undersubbed at the moment. So go check him out because you are missing out if you are not subbed. And then there's Adam, aka Anthony, aka Alex, aka all the other male A names you can think of, and maybe some of the female ones as well, I don't know. But no, he's TNA TV. He is a very powerful opponent at the moment. Currently unbeaten. He won the tournament, the qualifying tournament. Managed to get a first pick in the draft, and then also just by sheer luck got the first pick in the mega draft. And that means that he's put together a very powerful team. So not only has he currently got the best record, but he also has a very scary team. So he's one to watch. Keep your eye on him. So yeah, go check out all those guys. There's also a GBA channel. I will link that in the description. Go there because there is a series of videos which is Meet the Coaches that you need to check out. This is all coming quite late on. I've been really busy, so I haven't managed to get up this content as soon as I would have liked. But you need to go onto the GBA channel. Pretty much all of the Meet the Coaches are there, so you can get to know these guys a bit better and choose who you want to support. If not me, which I will be very sad about. Not really. You can support whoever you want. So yeah, that's a really good reason to watch, is because all these guys are great. Another reason to watch is how the battles go. I don't know how aware you guys are of the GBA D-league. I am going right back to basics, and a lot of you will probably already know how it works. But basically, you draft Pokemon, which means you pick a Pokemon that no one else can pick it, and you get 10 Pokemon picks and then a Mega one as well. And so you've got 11 in total. You get to know what everyone else has got. You get to see their 11. Obviously, you only bring 6 to each battle, so you can look at the opponent's 11 and prepare for the threats that you think might be coming. And it's all about counter teaming kind of thing, even though you don't really know exactly what they're bringing. But it leads to some really creative sets, some really interesting battles, high quality competitive stuff. So I think the battles will be right up your street. I know my subs generally tend to like some of the weirder sets and some of the crazy things, trying to get them to work. That's what the GBA is about. It's also about winning, so you don't bring shit just for the sake of bringing crazy stuff, but you bring crazy stuff to throw the opponent off, and more often it works in this format than anywhere else. So keep your eyes out for that. I think I've given you enough reasons to watch these videos and watch everyone else's videos as well to see what they're coming up with. Now I'm going to move on to the draft. So how the draft works is the first 3 Pokemon you pick you have for 3 seasons, and what a season is, we'll battle for a few weeks. And then there'll be a winner, and then we'll just start again because it's fun. And so 3 of those, my first 3 picks will be in my team, no one else can use them. The next 3 picks I've only got for 2 seasons, and the final 4 I only have for 1 season. And the Mega at the end, that is also only for 1 season. So the first 3, you want to make sure you're getting good Pokemon, strong Pokemon that work well together. That's how I saw it anyway. I put quite a lot of work into deciding what things I would want to pick. I might show you some of the spreadsheets that I came up with. I was quite proud of my spreadsheets. They look pretty, and yeah, they did help me decide what I wanted. But I went in with a strategy of picking my first 3, making sure that they were really strong, but had good synergy, so that I could bring all 3 to battles and they complement each other. Because there's no point picking 3 really powerful things, but they all kind of do the same thing or don't complement each other very well. So I decided to get a core with them, and I would base it off my first choice. And my first choice happened to be the Destroyer himself, Kyurem-Black. Now this guy is a very versatile attacker and a threat to pretty much any team. He's really good and really bulky as well. He's just a great all-rounder. And I think that I can do wonders with him, and having a dragon type is always fun. So I decided to pick Kyurem first, and having done that, and knowing that Dragon, Fairy, Steel types are a very nice core in Gen 6, don't know if you're aware of that, write it down because it is very good. I decided to pick a Fairy and a Steel type for my next 2. There were a number of them were floating around in my head, but I felt the best OU Fairy was Sylveon. If that was still around in the second round, I would decide that I would pick Sylveon, and it was, and I was very lucky because I thought that would go quite early, but I managed to get my hands on Sylveon, which was really great. And now all I needed was a Steel type, and there were a few that were floating around. I could have had Scizor, I could have had a few other things, but I decided Skarmory would be a good bet because it's a great defensive poke and probably the most reliable defogger in this format. So I decided to go with that. It was still there when I wanted it, and that's a very nice core. I was thrilled to bits that I got such a potent Dragon, Fairy, Steel core. It worked really well in terms of synergy, and I'm sure that I'll do wonders with it. The issue in this format is people will see that that is a core and they will try and get wall breakers that specifically deal with it. So I need to be aware of that and deal with it appropriately. But I've got a lot of versatility there, and the Pokemon I can make. Well, Sylveon and Kyurem can be bulky if I want them to be, and on different sides of the bulk scale, as well as in specially or physically defensive, but they also have a lot of power to hit back with. Skarmory, not so much. Skarmory is just Skarmory. You know what Skarmory does. Skarmory is just there and doesn't die. But the other 2 have got a bit more flexibility in terms of how they're going to support the team or how they're going to be an offensive threat. So that's the core that I was very happy with. And now we're moving on to the next 3 that I only have for 2 seasons. When it came around to me, there was a Pokemon that had not been drafted yet that really I thought should have been drafted way earlier, and that is Deoxys-Defense. I know it's normally Uber, but in this format it's not broken at all because as I say, with the aspect of being able to plan for opponents' threats, they will be able to deal with Deoxys-Defense if they see it. So that's I picked Deoxys-Defense because, as I said, people will see my core, my initial bulky core, and they may have things that can deal with it. So I wanted another option as a defensive mon that complemented the other things again. Sylveon and Deoxys make a reasonably good core in themselves. And Deoxys is very versatile. Its move pool is incredible. So if I see something on the opponent's team that I really don't know how to deal with, Deoxys will probably get a move that can deal with it and will be able to tank its hits. That's how good Deoxys is. It will always be able to have a role on a team. It may not be as good as some of the other things, but it will be able to fit on a team if I want it to. So that was my first second round pick, if you want. This was my 4th pick. My 5th pick was I decided that I might have enough bulk by now, so I decided to go on the offensive and picked Alakazam, which is a great Pokemon in this format. It gets really good coverage and it is really fast, really powerful. It doesn't need a choice item to be fast, doesn't need a choice item to be powerful, so that's good. And it's got the Magic Guard Focus Sash combo, which is great contingency if the opponent brings something you weren't expecting and you want to be able to deal with it. Sash Alakazam almost always can do something. So I thought that was a really good choice for an offensive mon. I know I drafted 2 consecutive psychic types, but it's not exactly like Alakazam is there to be taking hits. It is literally just for an offensive mon, which I was really happy with, and I was glad that I got Alakazam. I've been using it quite a lot recently, and it was always doing work, so that was a good thing. So yeah, that's my 5th pick, and my 6th pick was a mon I realized I needed maybe some more momentum, but also a lot of fighting types have been drafted, and I wanted a fighting type. Infernape was there. The fighting fire stab is incredible. I've got the U-turn then if I pick it, but his offensive move pool is so versatile. He can perform pretty much any role I want him to do, because he can be a special or a physical attacker. He can also be set up, or he can be choice. He's got access to priority, and as I said, he's got access to U-turn. So really, he can do anything that I want, and my opponents should be scared of him, because I think that he's going to be a real asset to me, a real asset. And I think the 6th pick is probably where he should have gone, but I think he was maybe worthy of higher. He's a really great mon in this format. So my next pick, my 7th pick, we're moving on to the 1 season only, is Roserade. I've fallen in love with this Pokemon. I don't know if you've been watching my Mega series recently. I've used my Mega Glalie team a lot. It's gotten me really high on the ladder as well. And there is a Roserade on that, and Technician Hidden Powers are the one. I love it. I just love it so much. It gives it a base 90 move of whatever typing it wants. So in this format, again, it's great. If there's something that I don't know how I'm going to hit, just put the hidden power, respective hidden power on Roserade, and that might just do it. It's also, again, got access to hazards, which I was realizing by now my team was very hazard heavy, with Skarmory and Deoxys being able to put up the hazards, and now Roserade as well, and also rocks on Infernape if I really choose to, but I doubt there'll ever be a situation where I think Infernape will be my most appropriate rocker on the team. Might be, I can't say now. So yeah, it was more hazards, which gives me more options in terms of team building, and also access to Sleep Powder. So really powerful attacker. A grass type as well, which will help my team. I've got a fire type and a grass type, although they're more offensive, not defensive. Roserade can go specially defensive if I feel like it, though. I do have a lot of bulky mons that could probably perform the role better, but I am very, very happy with Roserade. I love the Pokemon, and I'm really looking forward to using it. The next mon that I picked was, because I was realizing that I've got a lot of hazard stack on my team, I picked a Rapid Spinner. I already have Defog on Skarmory, but I didn't want to have to rely on that because I would be getting rid of my own hazards, and that is not a good plan. So I wanted a Rapid Spinner to be able to get rid of enemy hazards if they were going to bring that, and also, he's a great mon. People were criticizing it because of the bulk, but I wasn't looking particularly at the bulk. I was looking at that nice base 120 attack stat that people tend to sleep on. So Donphan really, really packs a punch. He's got access to some priority in Ice Shard, not amazingly powerful, but his coverage is really good now. With knockoff buff and access to Play Rough, as well as Earthquake, his coverage is unbelievable. It's really good, and he gets some fangs as well, not that they're very powerful. But yeah, I was really happy with Donphan. I think he fitted the team really well, and getting a ground type and electric type immunity helped me at that stage. It really did. So I was really happy with Donphan. Now the next pick I wanted to make was a water type, an offensive water type. I wanted an Aqua Jetter specifically, but I decided to go with Sharpedo, and this I really like Sharpedo. Speed boosters are threatening, especially if people don't keep an eye on them, and picking it so low, and people might be scared of it. They might see it and be scared of it. But I don't know, I think people might sleep on it again. It's got some nice new moves this gen, and again, it's got versatility. I can run it special if I want to, I can run it physical if I want to. Having the dark typing also is good. I wanted something to be able to hit other things. Psychic types, I can't really hit them very hard. I needed a dark type, basically. But yeah, Sharpedo could potentially be interesting. The issue is, he's very frail. He dies to a lot of priority, so I need to be careful about how I use him. He's going to be trickier to use, I think, and I'll probably be more reluctant to bring him, but he has the potential to do great things for me, I'm sure. And so it comes to my final Pokemon that was there just to plug some gaps, I feel, but it does it so beautifully. I wanted an electric type. Up to this stage, I had my eye on Mega Manectric in the Mega Draft, but I realised quickly that someone who was going before me in the Mega Draft had not drafted an electric type Pokemon yet, and so could well have their eyes on Mega Man Electric, and I didn't want to have to rely on getting that when someone else might get it for my electric type. So I decided to pick Rotom-Heat. Now this was a fire type Pokemon, another fire type Pokemon, but I wanted a bulkier fire type, really. I also wanted the electric type, as I said. It resists it resists steel type moves, and there have been a number of special attacker steel types that have been drafted, and they really threaten my team. So now having the Rotom, that puts a stop to them. Also, I realised that Talonflame had been drafted by someone in the same bracket as me, the same conference, who I would be battling a number of times, and I didn't have a stop to that at that stage, so it was a specific stop to one of the opponent's other Pokemon. Not sure how tactically great that is, but Rotom really filled a spot in my team anyway, so it wasn't just picking it for Talonflame. It was definitely it's definitely a more versatile one, and I'm very pleased with how it fits on my team. So that's the 10 Pokemon, and now we are moving on to the Mega Round. This was really interesting, because as I said, I had been thinking about Mega Man Electric the whole time, and then having drafted Rotom-Heat, it was like, okay, I probably don't need Mega Man Electric anymore. By the time the draft got round to me, the person who I thought would have picked Mega Man Electric hadn't, which surprised me a little bit. But as I say, by that time, I didn't really think I needed it, because I've got the Rotom. So it would have been a bit of a waste of a move spot, really. I wouldn't ever really bring Mega Man Electric and Rotom. I know they perform slightly different roles, but honestly, not that different. Mega Man Electric stops bird types, and it's very fast. If I want to do that, I can Scarf a Rotom. And it has pretty much the same coverage as well. So I decided Main Electric was not my best play, and what I was very surprised about was the one that I did pick was still around. There had only been 3 picks before me, but this one Mega is a ridiculously threatening Mega, and yeah, he's really, really spooky. So I picked Mega Pinsir, who is incredible. He is really great, especially in this format. He's got so much power. I wanted something that really packed a punch. Because I'd got, as I say, I've got quite a lot of bulk, and then I had some frail attackers and things like that, but I just wanted something that will come in and smash something, wall breakers and stuff like that. Yeah, so he's really, really great. A scary late game sweeper, and people have to watch out. So I'm really chuffed that I got Pinsir, and I think he fills the role really well as my Mega, being very spooky and something that people have to watch out for. So that is my draft. I hope you guys are on board with this, and I'd really, really be interested to hear your comments on the team. And I know that a lot of people have been praising my team, and I think that it's good. I really think it's good. I think there are a lot of other people who did very good drafts as well, though. So I'm not sure how I stack up it overall, but I'd be interested to hear your guys' thoughts. Yeah, I do have a lot of powerful things. I have a lot of powerful things and a lot of versatile things as well, which is what you need in this league. So yes, all that's left to do is to announce my team name, which is Mewcastle United. You will hopefully be seeing on your screen right now a beautiful logo that was created for me by Anima.tv, a really, really cool YouTuber. Go check her out. I'll leave her link in the description as well. There'll be so many links in the description, but you should click on every single one. Or just click on whichever ones you feel like, but still. Anima is awesome. She made this beautiful logo, and she does artwork. She's got a website up for art commissions, I think, at the moment. So I'll leave that in there as well. If you do YouTube or you feel like getting some artwork, some layouts and stuff, check it out, because she's doing that, and yeah, you could get some great stuff from her. So yeah, Mewcastle United, there's the logo, there's the team, and I'm really, really looking forward to getting going with this and getting your guys on board and hyping it up. I'm really excited for this. I think it will be good. The battles will be really intense, and yeah, it's just gonna be great. It's gonna be a good ride, and I'm with my friends, so that's what's important at the end of the day. Anyways, I hope you guys are good. I've been Fufu, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.